So just so you know who I am, so I'm Emmanuel Nataf. I started a company called Reedsy, R-E-E-D-S-Y, so it's like Reeds, like the shitty plant with Y at the end. But basically a publishing marketplace, so we help authors and publishers turn whatever they have into high-quality books. So we've been running for 3.5 years, and we have a community of roughly 100,000 users. Most of our customers are based in the US, and then the UK, Canada, and other English-speaking countries. So we're a fully remote company, which maybe makes us pretty productive as a start, because it turns out that offices are nice to get together, but sometimes they can be a bit of a waste of time. So we've been kind of like embracing that model. We really like Basecamp and that kind of companies that tend to have like that kind of anti-growth mentality, or like, you know, fuck VCs and fuck funding and all the and unicorns and all kinds of things. I mean, we're not that extreme, but we do like the idea of, like, you know, being obsessed about growth, but not in a completely mad fashion. So yeah, so a fully remote team. I think we speak like over 10 languages. Well, we're just like 18 people on the team. So we're mostly based in Europe, but we have a few people in the US as well. So I thought, you know, I always find like the word productivity interesting, because like productivity means like producing things, which doesn't mean that it's any good. So it's kind of like a word that, you know, doesn't make that much sense to me. It's pretty interesting. When I started Reedsy, one of my investors told me we're gonna be hiring people, and it's gonna be like 4 different types of people. You're gonna have like the stupid guy who is like super unproductive, the smart guy who isn't productive, you know, he thinks too much, so in the end doesn't do anything. The smart guy who is productive, so you like him, it's like your unicorn employee, and like, you know, you'll keep him, you'll make him happy, you give him a pay rise and that kind of stuff. And you've got the stupid guy who's super productive. So like among like those 4 categories, like which one would you keep or get rid of?
Well, that one produces valuable work rather than someone doing stuff you have to then.
So you're keeping the smart guy who's productive?
Or the stupid guy who's productive?
Yeah.
So what's interesting is, like, as you grow your company, you're gonna have a few people that are not as good as others, but it's not that I keep them because they're not hurting anyone. Like, if you have a guy who's not that smart but not doing that much, in the end, you know, he's not killing your company. The people you want to get rid of as fast as possible are like the stupid people who are super productive, because like they're gonna have like such a negative impact on your organization that it's gonna be a massive clusterfuck. So you just want to get rid of those people as fast as possible. So essentially, you're looking for like the smart guy who's productive. So essentially, you're looking for efficient people, and efficiency is probably a more interesting word than productivity. So I'm just playing with words here, but I thought that was interesting. That's like one of the things I was told when I started my company. And then the first people I hired, I was like, in what category is that? Is it like the stupid, super productive? Ah, damn. Okay, trying to think of this one. Anyway, and then you get better at hiring afterwards, and you don't have that kind of problems. But since you guys are in the early stages, I thought I would mention that. So something that keeps you super efficient then is probably like being able to say no and like to really be focused. So typically when you start building your marketing plan, growth plan, whatever we call it, you're gonna list like a number of channels you're gonna like focus on to grow your business. And for every channel, you're gonna have like a list of ideas that you want to test. So let's say you found out, you believe that content marketing is going to be a channel that's going to be interesting for your business. Then you're going to list a certain number of topics like you should be focusing on, where you're going to be creating content for, and then progressively you're going to build the content and see whether that content was right and whether it's converting to leads and customers and people making money for your company. But what you really don't want to do is like have that list of 50 different ideas and test them all at once. What you want to do is you have a limited number of like maybe 10 different channels you want to test over a certain period of time, but you're going to start with 2 or 3, have a few ideas for each, test them, see what works. If it doesn't work, you iterate, you go back, and you start again. So it's probably something touched on earlier. So I just wanted to give you like kind of a concrete example of how it happened for us. So when we started Reedsy, we're like, okay, we're looking for authors. So we're looking for authors and freelancers to provide services to them. So we're like, where do we find authors? Okay, there's events in London. Should we go there and just talk to people and see what happens? Should we be like throwing money at AdWords? Should we be, creating a referral program within our product? So we were kind of like listing all the different channels that could potentially work for us. Should we be doing like PR and hire like some insanely expensive like PR consultants? What would work for us essentially? And so we started, and like, you have that very weird idea that you need someone who's going to do content marketing, and someone who's going to do like ads, and someone who's going to do PR and events and all that kind of stuff. And you find out progressively that you should be kind of like as broad as possible for a limited amount of time, and then become more precise about like the skills that you need. So in our case, so that's what we did. So we went like, let's try 2 or 3 different channels, see what works. And probably just because we're just straight out of uni and like we thought we knew things we didn't know, and a bit like pretentious and arrogant. It took us a bit of time to actually figure out which channels would work for us. But after a while we learned, and we realized that content marketing was starting to pay off for us. We started to really, and what was interesting is like we went from thinking that marketing was that funny thing you do, like you're being creative and you're just like putting some content out there and you're hoping for people to find it, to thinking that marketing is almost like some kind of science. So everything we do in terms of marketing now is like quantifiable. Like we have data about every single thing that we do. So we have spreadsheets, nice spreadsheets, that don't update automatically yet, but will at some point. We have like Google Analytics that's properly set up. Like most companies don't have a properly set up Google Analytics, which is like kind of crazy. But that's what happens. So when you go back into the office, you might want to yell at your CTO or whoever is configuring your Google Analytics until they feel like actually configuring it right. And we found that, for instance, content marketing would make sense for us. So we hired a few content writers. That made already a big difference. And then we started to learn about like what Google wants precisely. And Google wants very, very precise things. It's not like you can just, oh, I get that great headline and I think it's gonna work. No, it's much more sophisticated than that. Then we hired an SEO guy. And we found out that the internet is controlled by roughly 16 websites. And it's very frustrating because, you think you can create the best content and be at the top of the ranking, and it's not how it works. There's people cheating every day. Like, the internet is like rigged in a way. And you start learning about how people are doing it, and you're thinking, okay, maybe I should do it as well. So we found that SEO guys learn about, on-page SEO, keyword density, PBN, KOV analysis, all those fancy keywords that are actually pretty useful if you want to do content marketing right. Then we realized that, for content marketing, you need lots of backlinks. You need to build off already. You need to build like a little pyramid of like backlinks. How do you do that? Well, you need to do some outreach. You need to create more content. So we hired a guy specialized in outreach. So what I want to say is like we found a channel that worked for us, and we've been like doubling down on it literally all the time. So we've been doing that for the past 2 years, and we've been growing pretty well. So if you want to learn about marketing, you should probably sign up to growthhackers.com newsletter. So not everything they post is like valuable, but they tend to be like they apply their own advice, and sometimes it's a bit full on. But you'll learn a lot about like build tips about SEO and growth hacking and that kind of stuff. It can be interesting. The first one is growthhackers.com, and they have a newsletter, and the second one is Second one is backlinkco.com. Backlink with an O at the end.com.
Oh, okay, great, thank you.
It's a pretty good guide. So yeah, so we've made our marketing a lot more like quantifiable, and now so we've hired more people, and now we just added another person who's only doing conversion rate optimization, for instance. So we're creating content. We're trying to determine what content should be created in some kind of automated fashion. We create that content, we get backlinks for it, we promote it, and then make sure that conversion on the website itself is going well. So yeah, so there's basically more roles that you add progressively, and your marketing skills become more and more precise, basically. So yeah, so just I don't know, little tips, things I saw when I was walking around the place. I don't know if you have any questions.
The international aspect interests me a lot because you said the community is more international. And so
yeah.
How are you working together?
What do you mean?
So
our staff is based a bit everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I moved to London when I got funding for the company, and quickly I realized that I was highly unproductive, inefficient in this kind of spaces, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And it started to drive me nuts when they told me oh, you want a desk at WeWork? So I WeWork, $750 or $1,000 a month, whatever. I was for this thing without natural light.
Oh.
So
Is it? Does it take so much negotiation to get into a place like that?
So we started building a remote company because we thought that quality of life for our employees would be better.
Great, I'd love to talk further.
I have a question. Sorry,
Carol. Most of your subscriber base or your customer base is out of the US?
So yeah, mostly in the US.
Is your market specific to US? Any specific reason why it is? Because you said you're into authors and stuff. Generally books, I think worldwide everybody reads publications. So anything specific that...
It's just much bigger than the UK. It's 8 times bigger or something. So it's organic, just because it's a lot bigger than most of our customers come from. Even though we've been physically here for a while. Yeah, we're kind of lucky that we don't need people being based anywhere to work.
As a business model, having everyone working remotely and in lots of different places, given that we're talking about productivity and marketing, how do you market your business to make it business that people want to come work for when you are all remote?
Yeah.
And how do you also, once you've got them on board and they're all doing great stuff, presumably, how do you motivate them to feel part of the community and a culture?
Yeah, so it's not because we work remotely that we don't want to see each other. So I just came back from our ski trip. So yes, we get together occasionally and we try to do fun stuff together. And obviously, you just get a few pictures, a few videos, and you post it on your angel list page or whatever, and people are oh, okay, that's cool. But you do attract certain personalities that you wouldn't attract otherwise. So we probably attract more introverts than the average company. I'm a total introvert. I struggle with noise, and I struggle with I struggle with this kind of places. So I needed my own space, and being able to evolve in a very in just an environment that made sense for me. And I think we ended up with staff that's mostly introvert. So we probably wouldn't go out the same way most people would, or have the same activities. But yeah, there's you do attract people. You need them as well to be quite autonomous because you're not behind the back all day.
Sure.
So the cool thing is you're expanding the pool of potential candidates because you're hiring people based anywhere, but at the same time you're reducing it because you need people who are fully autonomous, and you need people who don't need to be around, don't need the energy of people around them to be able to work, which is what extroverts do need.
Do you find that there are motivational issues or productivity issues in terms of the output of their work at all, based on that model? Because they're not sort of sitting alongside each other, chatting and sharing ideas. I mean, I know you can use Slack and various other tools, but
I think, I think they love their work enough that they don't ask themselves the kind of questions, and it just doesn't happen. And when it does happen, well, like I've made a few mistakes hiring at the beginning, but now, like in the past year, like out of 18 people, we lost 0 employees, which is pretty good. Well, the year before I lost quite a few. But mainly because like during the interview process, I wasn't that good at like finding out whether they would make sense for another one or not. But you learn as you go, so yeah.
Okay.
Good. Which speaker needs to go next?
Cool, thank you.
Next. Thank you so much.